yeah. UPK shit, man, One West. Hey. I'm a UPK nigga, I'm stuck in my ways. That's on them, letting cowards fill up they ranks. Goddamn, lost tribes got them following waves. Loyalty a lifestyle, nigga, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm a saint, no New Orleans, it's going up. Next spot, we at the B&B. I'm turned up, I'll pull up in the SRT. Burning rubber, hey, UPK shit. Look, met her at the club, told her pull up to the lobby. She know I'm in the coat, we're all black, no Illuminati. This my other half shit, I can't move without it. These my motherfucking brothers, yeah, what I'm gonna do without them, yeah. If it's beef, I can't wait to sink my teeth in. Niggas going overboard, they off the deep end. Why you tripping off that hoe? That's some weak shit. Told him put me in the game cause I love defense. Yeah, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Yeah, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, and she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, put me in the game, coach. Fuck you thought, he let his colors fly. He ain't cut, we cut him off. Hey, bounce out, let my fringes swing. Yeah, I'm a dog, and she say she find me interesting. Yeah, want me to call, I ain't gotta settle, I got options, ma. No, I stand on business, my name not Tazar. I'll pop you with this pocket rock. Feed a nigga shells like a taco truck. Hey, this bitch.
Alright, boom, boom, boom. Everyone on the Black Bear broadcast, I'm the host, Brother Raven. And that's we'll move that at the moment. We have a very important show for you today. This is the 311th episode. That's quite a lot of the Black community come together to try to find solutions. We're going to start as well. We're going to start. Don't forget to follow the Black Betterment Building Instagram page. That's where we promote. I'll put that link in there so people can follow that. All right. And now, so we're going to start reconnecting expectations. We're going to start by are the constructive activities the Black community are designed to uphold to collectively recover from atrocities from the past. And that is remember the atrocities inflicted upon the ancestors and the community in the past and the present and behave in ways that reflects this. Reconnect with Black people locally and globally and form networks to teach each other about the different cultures, repair the Black community of historical trauma that caused self-hate and challenges and health issues, and rebuild the Black family, Black economics, and Black nations. All right. The way we help to do that is by promoting the lifestyle known as Black Betterment. This broadcast promotes the lifestyle of Black Betterment, which is a lifestyle of Black people continuously helping Black people. Very nice. All right. We sent that link. We've got a special guest today, but if people do jump in who could join in, we'll ask the guest permission if they want others to jump in if there's anyone there. But the most important thing is when you come in, discipline, dedication, dignity, and discernment. If you can remember these 4D values, it makes trying to find solutions slightly more easier. All right. Try to use derogatory terms live if possible. Try to use more descriptive terms. That makes things easier as well. All right. So we talked to the ISUPK about reclaiming Black culture and repairing unity, Black Man Broadcast. So what we should do, because we have our only guest, we're going to invite them on. So we're going to make sure their audio is working good. Welcome, brothers. Can you hear me?
Shalom,
Yeah,
shalom,
we
shalom.
can
Hear
hear
you
you
good?
loud and clear. You hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, which is good.
We'll start.
Excellent.
First. I think it's possible there might be a slight delay. I'm not sure what's. Hold on.
All right. Sharing. Oh, God. Oh, there we go. Well, maybe you hear us on delay, but when we hear you, it seems to be fine, as in how we hear you. But maybe there might be a
Yeah.
delay when we speak. So
On my side, everything seems smooth. It may be I'm not sure if the let me see online. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let's just see how it's looking through the live stream. Yeah, our video's coming through smooth. On the audio, it may be on your side, but I mean, we'll see how we get on. We can definitely hear you clear. It definitely comes at a delay.
excellent.
All right, so we'll rock it up.
Okay, well, we'll see if we can work on the timing. We'll probably talk longer in bursts, and then we'll stop and let a person talk, and that way it might work better. So, a family, we're joined today by the ISUPK, and I believe this is the UK branch. They can explain better. Uh, but also, what would be good is if the brothers can tell the listeners how we came about, what you've seen. I guess you've seen me speak maybe on the show or something. And I think we connected on Instagram. Is that correct?
That's right, yeah. That's correct.
You want to talk about it? So yeah, we had seen you online on the it was one show you was on. It had a very vibrant background, something like raceology or something like that. I think the show was called Speakology, but that particular show was about race, and you was talking about how Black people we're real colonized people, or something along those lines, which is something that we resonate with, because we can see how our people under this oppressor in this society, how we've, you know what I'm saying, come about to be in the likes of the UK, how we come about to be in the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? It definitely resonated with what we teach. So we definitely wanted to have a conversation.
And I believe I don't know, a lot of stuff that you that I've heard, your discussion, we teach as well, and we do agree with, and I thought it'd be good to discuss.
Sounds good. All right. If technology allows us to continue, we shall have a good one.
Yeah.
All right. So I think with the name of the topic is we talk with the ISUPK about reclaiming Black culture and repairing unity. I mean, should we start there? Should we start with the things that you heard in the discussion that resonated with you, agreed with, or maybe we could review, bring up at all?
Oh no, we can start with you know, the Black culture, and we gotta reclaim back our culture, if that's okay.
Right.
I
mean, before you do you want to do a brief intro about ISUPK?
Sure.
I was just about to say it would be good to do an introduction, not only to introduce ourselves to your audience, but introduce yourself to our audience. Since you being the host, you know what I'm saying, if you want to take it away first and introduce yourself to I mean, either way you want to work it. Either we'll go first or you go first, and just do a brief introduction will be to
I'll go first.
I'll
go first. So my name is Rap Raven, also known as Brother Raven. For a few years now, over trying to motivate our community to do constructive things and recover from past atrocities that happened to our communities in the past time. I promote a lifestyle that we promote called Black Betterment. It's a lifestyle to be constructive, and we use this broadcast to reach out and communicate about that and how best to do that. And we're writing blueprints and stuff of how best in the modern time to progress, whether it's economically, socially, health wise, you name it. I think you saw me in other people's panels or shows or live events doing a reparations discussion or something like this. That's where you might have seen me.
If it's a bit choppy on your side, is it the left?
So yeah, so you can explain. I guess.
Yeah, I think your
We might be having
audio.
some technical difficulties, family.
I think your audio is definitely freezing at times. I want to check on our side and our live to see if it's running smooth. If anybody in the audience watching on either our side or the brother's side, let us know who seems on ours. We got a brother on our side saying the tech. No
My
sweat.
side. Let me just check. So, hold on. All right. I tell you what I'm gonna do is hopefully if I log out, I'll come back in. Um, hopefully this won't
Yeah.
mess up anything.
So we lagging or Ravens lagging?
Now this is weird.
Huh?
All right, so the brother's gonna try and hold on. Change the
So mic check, mic check.
okay.
I've reconnected the new internet, and people said my mic is low. Let me check. Pieces.
Okay.
Family, just checking my microphone levels here, family.
Sound
Yeah,
good, sound
your
good.
sound level sounds good on our side.
Yeah.
How we how we coming on your side? You good?
You sound good from here. You sound good for me. I'm turning up my mic levels. Hopefully that helps people. Raven, your mic is low. Sister, is my mic still low now after I've turned out max? Is that right? It says microphone built in.
No, we heard it. We heard
Put
it
it on
sound.
to the very maximum. I hope
No, we heard it. We heard it. Definitely the volume.
right, much better. Okay, so
Much
good.
better.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll go next up as well. All right, so I'm
Right, okay.
Captain Crafty from the ISUPK.
Good.
And from 1969, we've been teaching the truth under Commanding General Yohana that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians of the slave trade are the real Jews according to the Bible. So all my life growing up, before I got the truth, you know what I mean, I noticed that black people all over England, like I'm from Birmingham myself, his brother's from Manchester, but all over England I've traveled, been to London, Manchester, have seen the oppression of our people, and noticed that our oppression is found in the Bible, and the way how to get out of this oppression is also in the Bible as well. So what we do is go all over England. Commander General Yohana commissioned me to take over England and go all over England and spread this, man, and get our brothers off drugs, get our brothers out of wicked lifestyles and fix them up. You know what I mean? So what you see, me and this brother here and other brothers, our job is to get black people out of drugs, prison, stop women from being single parent moms and stuff like that. Things that's oppressing us, while the oppressors put in our way. So again, I saw you on in the for the G circle they call it, and online as well. Before I reach out, but definitely we can build on something. When to start for Alban.
Absolutely, sir. My name is Police Officer Alban in the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? And we are just teaching our people back their identity, the identity that was stolen from them, you know what I'm saying, and give them back something that is their own. Like right now, all over the UK and wherever you find black people, wherever you find the descendants of slaves, the only culture that we have is culture, quote unquote culture that we've picked up from our slave master. Even things like carnival, which we think is our own. We think carnival is something that belongs to us. Carnival is YT culture. It belongs to our oppressor. And we should have never picked it up. We should have not picked up any of his customs. You know what I'm saying? Christmas, birthdays, carnival, all these things are actually destructive to our community. And we have a culture of our own that's found in the Bible. We have a culture that no other nation has. You know what I'm saying? And that's the nation, that's the culture that we are teaching our people. And not only teaching that, but gatekeeping it.
That's right.
Gatekeeping it, because everywhere you find what's supposed to be black culture, you'll find sooner or later it gets, gentrified. It gets, taken over by our oppressors. You'll have, Jamaican restaurants or Caribbean restaurants run by non-Caribbean people. You'll have dancehall events and reggae events run by non-Caribbean people. You know what I'm saying? So this is a culture that not only actually belongs to us, but is a culture we are going to gatekeep. No other, you know, nation can infiltrate what we build here in the ISUPK.
You mentioned, am I saying General Johanna? That correct?
Yes,
That's right.
Commanding
General Johanna.
Is that and the last I checked, it was from America. I remember, I don't know if there's still a connection, but is it General Tahaka? I'm not Tahaka. I'm where there was I'm trying to think of where I remember seeing most of where was the speech? It would have been Sunnet TV. So you've heard of Sunnet TV, right?
Captain Cesario.
And Captain Zazariak, yes, I still see online doing the work and stuff. So that's the kind of that's the content I remember seeing. And and I remember him mentioning there might have been a UK division.
That's us right here.
That's us definitely.
I'm over here.
Excellent. You guys are based in Manchester, Birmingham, Bristol.
Say that again?
We say we're based in Birmingham.
Where you based?
Oh, we're based in Birmingham.
Where you guys based?
Based in Birmingham, but we got brothers in London, brothers in Manchester, brothers in Gloucester. Where else we got?
Right.
Leicester, Luton,
and Luton as well. Yeah, but the headquarters, our base is in Birmingham.
Right. Now you saw me talking on. I think there's a few brothers show down here. Have you done any kind of public shows, or do you mainly speak maybe more so on the streets to the public there? Do you ever go on any kind of shows, debate shows, or with those kind of broadcasts or anything like that?
Yeah, so we got a load of shows. So we mainly speak on the streets. Why? That's where our people are. So for all of our people, we go on the street. We have classes at 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW, every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We also recently did a podcast with some brothers that we do debates, the whole nine. You know, if you go on our channel, we do a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of battles, even sit down debates, lectures, radio shows. We was on the BBC as well. Twice, about 2-3 years ago. Done that twice as well. So yeah, we got loads of programs going. I'm gonna be Speaker's Corner as well twice. How can I forget that as well?
Yeah, we're wet.
I was gonna say Speaker's Corner, yeah.
Carry on, sorry.
Nah, I was just saying.
Okay, so when it comes, no, go ahead.
Nah, I was just saying we're wherever our people need us to be. You know what I'm saying? We're on the internet, we're on all social media platforms, we're on the radio shows, we're on podcasts, we went on Sinners Podcast, wherever our people need us to be. We're not we're not some fake Israelite group who's all high and mighty and can't break bread or have a drink with brothers. We get in all these spaces. We get on a podcast like the Sinners Podcast. And we turned it to the Righteous Podcast. You know what I'm saying? You get Israelites up in the Sinners Podcast. You get on the BBC radio, this radio, that radio, debates all over the place. You know what I'm saying? We are getting in the airways, on the highways, so our people can understand who we are. You know what I'm saying? And come back to this.
So what do you find most challenging when it comes to trying to reach out to the Black community here in the UK, for them to do anything constructive or anything of remembering the ancestors to try to recover from past atrocities? What do you find most challenging when communicating with the brothers and sisters that you meet in the streets, or you just meet in debates or anything like that?
The most challenging?
Yeah,
the most challenging. I'm gonna give a quote from Harriet Tubman, man. Harriet Tubman said, "I freed many slaves, but I could have freed more if they knew they were slaves." And that's the most challenging thing. To help a brother who's being depressed or oppressed and being held down. It's hard to help him because he don't believe he's being held down.
Right.
Brothers think that because they can get a look at internet and look at food, that our people become comfortable, man.
Right.
Our people deserve more. Our people can get more. Our people are worth more, man. Every other nation ain't happy with just being in England. They ain't happy with just getting by. They ain't happy with just getting 9 to 5. The Indian community won't stop till they own every single shop, man. Not just in England, in the Caribbean also. Same with the Chinese, same with the Arabs, same with all other nations. Their objective is take over the globe. But our people, if we can get a bit of bread, play a little music, get high from time to time, we think, that's it, that's life. But I gotta show our people there's more out there, man. You can get it, man. You can get it, man. So that's the most challenging part, is that our brothers don't think that they're being oppressed. We get pulled over by the police. Imagine the police are supposed to help you. We're scared of them. And we just think, that's his life. It's how it is, man. So it go, man. You know what I mean? It happens, but that's not normal. No other race settles for that. No other race lives with that. Any other race, had they been harassed by the police, they'll go and sort it out, man. We just think, police start to frisk me anyway. Just get on with life. Nah, man. So that's the most challenging thing I'll say.
Yeah.
Right.
If I could just to add to that, I do also want to add a point. One of the biggest challenges that we face when dealing with our people, trying to bring them together, is religion.
That's right.
Religion is something that's tore Black people apart, where you have Black people in all manner of different religions and different beliefs, different ideologies. One of the biggest ones is Christianity. Now, imagine you have an oppressor. You have a man that is said all manner of things to exploit and abuse and oppress you. And yet you look up to that man as your God. You look up to that man as your Christ. And the same man that you need saving from and to be separate from, you want to be joined unto him. Is what we call Stockholm syndrome. That's a condition that many of our people have through that Christianity. We are trying to get our people to safety, to a sanctuary. We are safer together than we are trying to join with him. He's shown us many times throughout history, they've tried to wipe us out. In times throughout history, they've burned our cities down. They've unalived us in mass. We're trying to get our people to safety, but they have Stockholm syndrome. That's because of Christianity.
Interesting. So let me ask you this. So when you're talking to the brothers and sisters on the street, what would you say is like the easiest win? So obviously, most won't be aware, or they're comfortable in the condition they're in for the way they might be psychologically conditioned. But what do you count for an easy win when you communicate? What is like the easiest thing you can do, or something you might say that actually, even though it's the first step. What techniques or things you talk about or responses you get? Do you think that might be the first step when coming to reconnect or help out the brothers you interact with on the streets and stuff?
The first thing you got to do is tell a brother whose enemy is, man. Our people don't know who our enemy is. So our people think that all the other nations, especially the white man, the YT man, should I say, we think that they're our friends. But let me tell you something, man. We got to do this thing by ourselves, man. We got to let our brothers know that, listen, we got to do this thing ourselves. And don't tell us that we can't do it ourselves. They tell us for our band that, you should be glad the white man oppressed you, man. Right. Because leave it to Black people, you burn it down. That's not true. That's a lie, man. That's a lie. In the 60s, our grandparents, we could trust, man, and we had partners, man. The white man wouldn't give us no bank loans, and we had partners, and brothers got their money. We wasn't allowed to rent a whole house to ourselves, and we went in the room, and we got on just fine. And we had healthy children, and gangs didn't exist back then, so we can do it, man. We wasn't allowed in their nightclubs, so what did we do? We invented our own nightclubs, man, called the Shubin, and we was good, man. We can do it together. The problem is we got to be forced to live together. When we're forced to unite, that's when we perform well, man. You're not just England. Look at America as well, man. In America, brothers was segregated and created the best universities. That's what we got to do. The first thing we got to do is know who our enemy is and separate from him. And I know a lot of our people are scared. A lot of our people say, well, listen, man, I don't know if I can trust a Black man, I don't know if I can put my trust in a Black man to do this. Just look at them. Let me tell you something, we can do it, man. We've done it before, we can do it. But the problem is we've been taught that we can join them. Right. We're good. Therefore, we're not forced to love each other. We ain't forced to come together. We got options. Black people need it in a way where we got no options, man. I'm telling you, in the 60s when we were forced to live together, where was black on black crime? Where was the drugs? Where was the these gangs that went there? So evidently, when we was forced to live together, we was performing way better than when we integrated, man. Sorry, boy.
No, absolutely, sir. Just to add another thing is you saying what would be a quick win. What do you think is a good thing when you come across a brother and like at least you know this? You may not be in the school, you may not be in your old black yet, but at least you know this, knowing that Christ is a black man. is one of the key things in the first steps to freeing your mind. Knowing that Christ is not some Roman and some oppressor. Christ is a dark-skinned black man with woolly hair. The greatest man to walk on the face of this earth was a dark-skinned black man, like you and I. Who your brethren are, who your neighbor is. That's towards your brother, your kinsman, your flesh.
I don't know whose end is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
So if I speak over, I'm sorry.
What's that? Sorry,
I'm sorry. Repeat.
Just we heard much of I heard much of what you said there, but I think towards the end it might have jumped a bit. But I think you were saying that describing Jesus as a black man who looks like the brothers and sisters, this is something that can be like a good reaction and maybe an easy win to get them to think more like that, to have more of that belief rather than depicting Jesus as a European or this kind of other stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I could, like, for one, it's a foundational step to breaking the spell of Christianity. The Bible very clearly describes Christ as a dark-skinned black man with woolly hair. But Christianity in just this image, you know, what does it say? An image as 1,000 words? Picture paints 1,000 words. So that picture has been painting white Jesus, white Jesus, white Jesus, white God, white angels, white this, white that. It's been painting that for our minds for centuries. But the Bible describes the Jews, describes Christ, the children of Israel, as black people.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that is the first step to breaking the spell. Well, hold on. So who is this image that they've been showing me as Christ? Who are the, you know what I'm saying, when you read the Bible and you see black, but you've been taught right, you'll understand you're being taught a lie. And you will start to open up your ears a bit more, hopefully, Lord allow. Is what we out on the streets every week to try and do, open up our people's minds to the truth. Go ahead.
So, sorry, what you said about Christ being black was key. I don't know how I could forget that. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, telling our people that Christ is black, and it's in the Bible. It's not nothing we made up. A black man will think. Imagine that a black man finds out that, and a black man like me made the blind see. A black man like me walked on water. And you say, hold on. So maybe black people ain't those goons. Maybe black people ain't those drug dealers. Maybe I should treat this black man with respect.
Right.
But we feel like we should treat white people with respect. But the black man that looks like me, he's nobody, man. So this white man, he's God. He's Jesus. He's the angels. I got to treat him properly, man. But the black man, yeah, man, I'm gonna have sex with the black woman and dash her away, man. Yeah, I got to respect this brother here, man. I can look at him anyhow, man, because he's nobody. Maybe that will give our brothers hope that, hold on, this brother is special, man. He's special. Something, a black man can be something other than a drug dealer, man. Other than some goon, man. You know what I mean? A black man will think twice before he has sex with a black woman, then dash her away, man. So what the brother said was key. I don't know how I forgot that part, so lucky about that, but yeah, man, that's the main part to let us know that we're special people, man. We're special. We look up to other people with so much prestige, man. Love their culture, and we watch our words when we speak about them. I'm from a place in Birmingham called Aston, where they have Aston Villa matches, and white people come to the ends all the time to watch the football match and park their cars there, walk around there, and no one will bother them. But a black man like me that lives there, we got to tell our children, make sure you're in the house, before nighttime, Watch out for them boys in the corner, be careful, man. See, tell me that in a rough community, our people got to watch our back, but the white man comes, watch football, has a fun time with his children and leaves, and no one bothers him. And that's the psychological thing in our mind, because we feel like they're so great and don't harm them, but your brother that lives in that community, harm him. Don't respect him. Sorry, man. Carry on, sorry.
That's good. So who's listening? We're talking to the hold on, just get this thing up here. Sorry, 5 seconds. We're talking to the ISUPK, doing some of the changes they find. Now there might be a slight delay between when we talk to each other, so because of that, we're talking for a long burst, and we're not going to really jump over each other because I don't think the technology will allow it today. But if there's any questions any brothers and sisters would like to ask, feel free to ask in the group. I think in the forum bit I can ask. Also, so when you're talking about ownership, you're talking about ownership and also talking about America and how there was big thriving businesses that they bombed down. So would you say that you're for black men and black and women and stuff learning skills and trades and learning like ownership, like build things, invent things. Is that something that you more?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. You know, but our grandparents came here to England. You know, we were smart and educated. You know what I mean? But then what happens is the oppressor comes in with the drugs and the influence of gangs and so forth. It's funny. It's funny how if you say anything racial, they'll put you in Facebook jail, block your Facebook, block your Twitter. But meanwhile, a black man can make a song talking about killing another black man, and you get a record deal, man. No one ain't blocking you, and these things are intentional. You know what I mean? To put that on the airways to stop our brothers from getting a trade or getting a business and keep our minds focused on negativity, man. So we're all for that, man. We're all for businesses. You know, number one, our main focus is self. Know who you are, know where you come from, know that you're an Israelite. But of course, brothers got to support themselves and support their family. We know we're doing that. You will need a trade or you will need a skill. So we're for that as well. Go on, brother.
And if I could, what we build in this ISUPK, this ain't just a club, it ain't the Israelite club. We are building a nation, and a nation needs businesses. A nation needs teachers, needs doctors, needs people with skills, electricians, plumbers, plasterers, painters, decorators, needs people with all manner of skills, people in finance, banking. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a nation with all those things. And I'll tell you one thing, the one thing our oppressor fears the most is black people being self-sufficient. Like if we don't need, imagine we didn't need him for anything. Matter of fact, that is a curse in the Bible that we would go to him for food and water and in nakedness and thirst and hunger. We go to him for food. We go to him for united utilities, him for clothing. Imagine if we had all of that ourselves and they didn't have the black pound no more. Imagine that.
So when you tell this to the brothers and sisters that you meet, what's their reaction to that? Because that's a very powerful thing there, like ownership and learning crafts so you can circulate your pound and keep things in the community. What is the response you get when you talk to like the average everyday black person about these things?
Well, of course, the first thing is shock. The first thing is, well, we can't do that, man. But over time, we'll show brothers that it can be done. We got businesses right here in the school. Captain Tazayak, who you spoke of, has his own business. He sells body butters and fragrances. You know what I mean? The UPK got many businesses. The UPK itself is a business. You know what I mean? So we got brothers here that are electricians, brothers that are mechanics. We got a sister in the school that is a scientist for cancer research. You know, we got a brother who is coding for computers. You know what I mean? But our first goal is to know who we are, man, and serve the Lord. But we got that too, man. And it comes with, like what the brother said, this ain't no boys club, man. It comes with building the nation. And with that, we got all that, man. You know what I mean? But you can't see it, I'm not sure, but in our chat, if you can put it on the radar, a brother said, but someone says, there is no way of repairing blacks. Only God would do that when he comes back. We are far gone, and the ISUPK cannot do it. See, and that's what we're up against. You know what I mean? The brothers out there that's lost hope. They've lost hope and they think we can't do it no more, and they've given up, man. They've given up, man. All because really the oppressors took all that hope from them, and they just rather be, a slave, just giving. When we ain't them kind of black brothers, man. We're the brothers that fight, man, and make sure our people get back on their feet. Talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't even gonna say much, but like another thing, like when we talk about building black businesses, loving black, everyone's all for it until it comes to actually do the things that it takes to build it. It comes with, shopping on our own and not shopping for the cheaper item. It comes with, even something as instrumental as dating or marrying within your race. Because when you marry outside of your race and you may build whatever quote unquote empire it is that you build up something good. You marry some other nation, when you pass away, you leave it to them. It goes, you built it up and you love black, you were all for the black community, but married out, you pass away and all that wealth goes right out to these other nations. You know what I'm saying? These are like when it comes to actually doing the things it's going to take to build a black nation. Now you see brothers, you know what I'm saying? They all talk. Or you see sisters, they all talk. We ain't talk up in the ISUPK.
That's right.
Right. So here's where we share a similar. I'm putting on the screen now. Let's go. So we have something called the Triple Triumph. I think the Triple Triumph. Where is it? See if I can find it. Yeah, and the areas that we're focused on in the Triple Triumph is black families, constructive black man, constructive black woman, black economics, black people owning industries, institutions, and supporting black-owned businesses, and black health. Train, exercise, regulate, eat healthy, all sorts, right? So this is something that we promote as like an easy standard, right? Like this is like the easy first step or essential first step of trying to establish, black cohesiveness, but also putting a primary on what we deem as quite important. Obviously, uh, putting value in black men loving black women. Obviously, black men loving themselves. So when they love themselves, they'll see beauty in themselves, and then they'll be more attracted to their women. But also playing down like historical stereotypes and an anti-black marketing that's been going on. But also when we talk about ownership, if black people could own magazines or channels or any kind of media, then they can start promoting more constructive, wholesome black family type content. So that way, that will contribute to black people seeing ourselves in a better light, because we'll be connected to more media that is more about upliftment and trying to find solutions rather than whatever we've been seeing at the moment. So I've just put that on the screen. I'll take it off there. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, even on that topic, as you said, with regards to the black family being foundational, and you said about, the black woman loving the black man and black man loving the black woman. I have a video which is a good one to share. I've sent it to you on Instagram. I'm not sure if you're able to play it from there, but it's a real good video on how a sister tells her story about how when she started wearing her natural hair, she stopped wearing the wigs, stopped wearing the weaves, she started to find the black man more attractive. And I think that is an excellent video. I'm not sure if we have the ability to share it on our side, or if you're able to get it. It would definitely be to Rob to play the video. Definitely be good. I use Hebrew words every now and again. It would definitely be good to play the video, if possible.
Did you send the video link in the group or in the Instagram? Because I can't see it here.
Yeah, I've just sent it to you on Instagram. It might actually be just taking a second to come through. It should be with you in a sec. Yeah, it's still sending. Let's see.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a video. Excuse the any kind of bad language. So I think this might be American video. I can't see. So while I wait for that, there's a video that I have in my archives that we're going to cover, and we'll play it, and I'll give a breakdown of certain stuff. But maybe you guys can jump in as well. Forgive me if there's any strong language. Obviously, there's worldly stuff, so there might be some things there, but
don't worry about it. We ain't Christians up in here. We good to go.
All right, so this is what we'll.
It's so crazy to me how black women bully black men into tolerating their bull.
They come to you obese and out of shape. Anytime you challenge their ideology, they automatically call you gay.
There are tons of black women in men.
So this is, I think, what I want to do is actually get the whole. Let me play just what he's saying. Hold on. I don't want to get any commentary at the moment. Yeah, let me say this. Hold on.
And when you disagree with them, they turn into Mike Tyson and punch you in the face. They have no communication skills. They don't know how to talk things out, and they resort to violence and lie.
Let me just. I'm gonna skip this to the last bit of it.
Checked our black queens.
I actually.
Right. So this video has been circulating in the internet, and obviously people have given their perspective on it. But what is it for those who can't see? It's a European man, white man, I assume from America, I assume, and he's heavily critiquing, mistreating black women, and I think his ideology is to like have black men not be with black women. I suspect he's part of maybe like a movement of kind of like this modern day kind of red pill or incel kind of movement. I'm not too sure, but what he's doing is he's belittling and undermining black women. That's that the enemy will do that. That's what happens. But the issue, the topic we'll do is the black men that co-sign this publicly, and this is something that we're going to tackle out this week and next week. But for the guests here, is this something that you do you have an opinion on this, on this kind of behavior pattern or anything like that, and how black men might co-sign and share this kind of stuff to prove a point?
You want to go?
Yeah, so we know black women got issues, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Again, black women's been through loads of oppression as well as we are. Black men got issues as well. That's something that we got to sort out between each other. No other race have the right to jump in and say, black women are this and black women are that. That's something we got to solve between each other. You get me? And this whole thing about, like black men will say stuff like black women are gold diggers or black women all they want is your money. When that's not true, man. White women are gold diggers too. You know what I mean? But we've been taught that. And if you take black men out of it, we've been told that black people are the worst. Like growing up, I used to hear about black people are this and black people are that. Right, for instance, my grandparents are Jamaican, and they used to always tell me, when I go back to Jamaica, man, everyone's teeth, man. And everybody they'll hold your bags for you because they want money. And I thought that black people scum. I started to speak to my Asian friends and to find out when they go back home, it's the same thing. So what the thing is that black people have been taught. We've been taught something by our oppressor that our woman's no good. When if you speak to a white man, he'll tell you the same thing, that his woman are the exact same way. We're taught that what black women are fighting and loud and this and that, but the other races are just exactly the same. Again, it's propaganda that the media push out there. It ain't true, man. Fuck real, man.
Nah, you absolutely right, sir. And if I could, this devil should mind his business.
That's right.
Mind his damn business and worry about the same woman that's cheating on him and divorcing him and taking all his money and driving him to unalive his whole entire family. Worry about that woman. But he's talking about, the black women this and the black women that. He and his people are the reason the black woman is like that.
That's right.
Have you ever heard of the Willie Lynch? Have you ever heard of, how they used to, force black women to kick their men out of the home, and how they destroy the black family, and how they drive these young boys to be raised by single mothers and be weak to the point where now they can't stand up to a woman. A woman's mouth is a weapon, but when you raise a boy so weak with a single mother, he can't stand up to his mother. When he's arguing with his woman, he's seeing his mother, and he can't stand up to his mother. You know what I'm saying? He is the reason why black women are the way they are and black men are the way they are. That we should not co-sign anybody who's trying to tear us apart. Who's trying to tear the black man away from the black woman or the black woman away from the black man. We should not co-sign none of it. He should mind his business. And what we need to do is, instead of pointing the finger at one another and saying, hey, you do this and you do that, and you ain't ish and you ain't that. We both ain't ish. We both ain't nothing. We both messed up. We both have problems. We both have things we need to solve. Let's come together and fix it.
Like what your brother was right. For instance, if a Chinese man in China unalives a Chinese man, it's a crime and it should be dealt with. But if another country unalives a Chinese man, it's now war. And likewise, we got problems amongst each other, and it's a crime. It's wrong. Things are wrong. It should be dealt with. But that don't mean someone else from the outside can jump in. That man is waging war against our people. That man's saying stuff that's wrong. He's saying stuff that's insulting against our people. And we should not allow it. We should not allow it to happen. Just like another country would not allow another country to bomb them. Within that country, crimes happen and things happen, and they fix it. But no outsider can attack that country, else it's war. And we should not let no outsider attack our woman. It should be war at this point. We shouldn't be siding with him.
Thank you, Frank. So I guess what I'm pushing to here is something that could be perceived as a code, like a codified way of behavior, right? So whether black men or black women are negative, error-prone, or high-principled, whatever it is, there's a value in how black people communicate publicly when dealing with issues. And if non-black people are trying to create tension or saying disparaging things, it makes sense as a codified community to just ignore that or try to stop that, but not to co-sign that, promote that, and agree with that publicly. even if you think it is true or not. Now, once again, there's error proneness in every community. But I think generally, the angle the person's coming from, there is no real truth in it from where he's coming from, right? You're always going to find pockets of people who misbehave or do things that's error prone. But once again, there's never examples of the people who are high principle, the ones who do good stuff. It's always playing a consistent picture, which we can see as a technique or a tactic. So that's why we're saying that having a codified response, meaning that, okay, if I see someone out of the community or another nation or another people group saying something disparaging, then it's like I can't co-sign that, even if I believe or I feel that some things might correlate with certain kind of truths. Best I talk to an elder, or best I talk to the community, or best I try to not co-sign that, because it could be trickery in disguise, or the algorithm could take that and paint a bigger picture. Like I said, unfortunately, black people don't have the best kind of defense or history. So if black people engage in the same behavior as others, we're not actually defended the same kind of way. So you have to have extra caution, and when you're going online and you're speaking negative about your own community, because how it could be used, it can come back in worse ways and stuff. So let's talk about coded behavior. That's what we're talking about.
On that point, if I could, something you said was very, very important. You said something about coded behavior, and when he's talking about it, he is just talking about, oh, the black woman does this, the black woman does that, and he's disparaging the black woman, but he isn't giving any form of solution. Like, okay, the black, we understand our women have problems. When we see this video, we may agree with something he's saying, but what's the solution? Or are you just trying to, like, what are you trying to do? Is that trickery? And to anybody who's watching, to any brother or sister, anything that a oppressor does or says is a trick. It's to deceive you. It's to turn you against one another and run to them. And we look at our own people as bad, and they don't do this. They absolutely do, but they don't show it to you. And another thing, like again, he not showing no solution. And yeah, I think I said that point. Yeah, like when we're dealing with these issues, we absolutely have some things we need to correct, but we don't need just fashion. We don't need just you do this and you do this and you do that and you do that and you ain't nothing. You ain't ish. We need solutions. We need to come together. We need accountability. We don't need some oppressor telling us what our women are doing or what this are doing. Worry about your own woman who's sleeping with the dog. She's sleeping with the dog and the horse. Worry about that.
Right. You're absolutely right, man.
So
they talk about how black women are ratchet and they're loud, but you know, this is the same woman that invented open heart surgery, man. This is the same woman that came to the UK and built the NHS from the ground up, man. You know what I mean? She went animal then. You know what I mean? The black woman ain't an animal, man. All it is, she's been misguided, misled. She's working 3-4 jobs because what? You've told her to kick them out of the house. And she's the way she is because of you. Because of your oppression, man. That's why she's angry and got no time and stressed out because of you, man. Listen, the black woman in the right hands under the right husband. Listen, man, she could be that same woman she used to be in the past. Let me tell you something. Black women are the same women that were in the Bible. The same great women we read about, man. It's what they've become today. Oppression has made them that way. But these black women are good, man. All they need is, you know what I mean? Again, as a nation, we need fixing, man. And we can get them black women back. The same women that built the NHS. The same women that done all them great inventions, man. We can get them back, man. I yield.
So, thanks, sir. So a question now. You're based in Birmingham. I assume that most of you have lived there all your life. And the question is, how is the Caribbean community when it comes to unity and preserving culture and ownership versus when you came to London, if you saw any Caribbean people? Like, would you say they're similar? Would you say that within the cities, maybe one city might be practicing unity much better, much more consistency from what you saw? If you saw anything at all, I don't know.
From what I see, it's the same all over, you know what I mean? Growing up in the 90s, whether it was London or Birmingham or Bristol had one of the biggest carnivals ever, man. But nowadays, you know, what we call black culture is dwindling, man. The unity spread. It's hard to even see a black man no more. The Caribbean community is gone. Where are we, man? Everyone's just taking over our culture. We used to have black culture. Now it's just what? Roadman culture. Let's call it youth culture. You know, but we used to have, remember braids? Used to be a black thing. Now everyone got braids now. It's just something the kids do. It's something to be cool. You know, you go, remember back in the day, JD Sports was a black man shop, man. We just like that, man. You go on the website now, you see all nations in braids, all nation in tracksuits. We're the reasons why it's called 110s, you know. We gave it that nickname. Everyone just rubbed us blind. Why? Because we're too loving. Don't tell me black people are horrible. Don't tell me the black woman's ratchet, man. Ain't no one more loving than black people. Black people, we accept everyone with open arms, man. We're the reason why you have an Asian man having a Caribbean shop. We support it. Right. The Chinese would not do the same. You're a black man living in England. You could carry out 10 CVs to Chinatown and they would never hire you, man. I know black Muslims. I know them personally. I've never seen them sweeping the floor in an Indian man shop in my life. I've never seen them behind the counter in my life. But you told me that if I become Muslim like you, me and your brothers, meanwhile, you're giving the job to your real brothers, but not giving it to us. Meanwhile, black people, we don't see color, man. We're loving, man. Listen, we'll invite Eminem. You white boy, you can rap, man, so it don't matter, man. We'll invite M.R. You white boy, you got bars, man. Jump hard, man. We're just too loving. And that loving, that spirit we have of being too loving is the reason why we're dying. While other nations are gatekeeping and loving their own and keeping their own, we're just accepting everybody, man. And that way, everyone's robbing us blind. Everyone's robbing our culture. You know what I mean? In the ISUPK, we know the history on Carnival, so we don't keep Carnival. But Carnival used to be a black Caribbean thing, not no more. I heard about brothers going to Reggae Land, and boy, listen, I heard it was hard to see a black face there, man. Right. And why? Because we're too loving, man. We just invite everybody in, man. We open our front doors, man, and get robbed blind, man. And imagine this, the same people that's in Reggae Land are the descendants of the same policemen that used to kick open our doors and pull out our speakers and say it's too loud, noise complaints. Now the children have taken over that same music that their grandparents hated, man. Sorry, Rob, boy. It was funny.
No, if I could, I was pretty much born and raised in Manchester. So I'm from up north. I've been to Brum, obviously a lot of the schools here. I've been to London. We've been to Leicester. We've been all over the country, and it's the same thing. We as black people are. It's a strength and it's a weakness. We are the most compassionate people on the face of this earth. Imagine all the things we've suffered. We still want to welcome other people. We still, want to be nice and kind and generous. What it is we don't want anybody to feel how we've been made to feel. And so we overcompensate. We welcome everybody. You see some white woman at some dance hall and she's what? She's trying to whine. She's trying to find some rhythm and everybody's gassing her up. You see some white guy do some patois. You see M.R. and everybody's gassing them up because we want them to feel welcome, but they've never made us feel welcome. Another thing, like the exploitation as well. Like I was just on a show yesterday talking about the Beatles. Not many people know this, and the articles just come out about this, that the Beatles were actually found, like when they started out, it was a Trinidadian musician that taught them rhythm, that taught them how to play music, that brought them to their gigs, that made them so famous. And then some Jewish man came and scooped them up, took him from them and shoved him out the picture.
If I may, the brother's name is called Lord Woodbine. For anyone thinks that we're making this up.
Yeah, you can look it up.
His brother's black man taught him everything they know. And they cropped him out of all their photos, man. Right. Why? Because this black man just wanted to be loving. All he wanted to do was teach him some music. And that's our problem. Our biggest downfall. Forget what they say about with goons and with drug dealers and we belong in jail. We're only like that to our own. To anybody else, we are loving, man. We are loving, man. Anybody else, if you was a black man trying to open a shop in Chinatown, they would never buy from you. Right. You was a black man trying to open an Indian restaurant, they would never buy from you. But us, what? We'll support Eminem. We will support, M.R. We'll support anyone. You know why? Because we don't see color. We're just fair. We're people playing a fair game. Yeah. We're the people. Imagine you're trying to play a fair game, but the game's rigged. You can't win. And black people, we're trying to play a fair game, and the game is rigged, and we can't win. We're trying to play fair. We're trying to say, okay, cool. I'll play this game fair. I'm gonna win, and we're not gonna win because everybody else is playing dirty. Everybody else is supporting their own. Meanwhile, I don't see color. The Indian man got a better price. I'm gonna go to the Indian man. We say, I don't care about no fair price. I'm gonna go to that black man. You know why? Because it's black. That's the only reason why I'm doing it. But no, we're playing fair. That's why we're losing, man.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I cut you. Sorry, my bad.
No sweat, sir. Just to finish on that point with Lord Woodbine, right, who founded the Beatles, taught them how to play. They looked up to him because he wrote his own music, which was something they'd never seen before. They went to him, stayed at his house, learned rhythm. He brought them to their gigs. He made them famous. This man was also a member of the Windrush. And at the age of 14, he joined the Royal Air Force as an engineer at the age of 14. And this man is a hero, and he died penniless.
That's right.
Penniless, so to the point where he was so broke, he couldn't afford enough energy to heat his own home. Meanwhile, the Beatles have legacy.
That's right.
Not one of them went to his funeral. That's the status of the black community. Wherever you find it, whether it's in the UK, whether it's wherever individual city, whether it's America, that's the status of the Caribbean community.
Well, we give thanks for that. And this is important, highlighting history where black people have done remarkable things and unfortunately been somehow swindled out or ignored or made an error-prone behavior and things have gone wrong is very key. What's good is you brothers have a strategy, a consistency that you're doing to wake up the brothers and sisters. I think here at the Black Betterment broadcast, we're making the blueprint, and the blueprint is to help people who are maybe they're not like used to publicly speaking, they're not used to talking to big groups, going on say broadcasts. And what happens is when you go on some of these broadcasts, people will shout certain kind of words or certain kind of consistencies that might make talking publicly very nerve-wracking, or you might be tongue-tied and twisted. So what we try to do is we try to come up with frameworks that can help the average everyday person, right? So things that you can say and use that makes things easier. So for example, what we're going to do now, I'm just going to show just some ideas that makes communicating easier when you're trying to I guess convince the brothers and sisters to be constructive. Now where's this thing? I was trying to see my thing. There we go. Share. I'm going to share screen once again, and you guys can jump in and chime in. So for example, whenever you go and you start speaking about black people coming together to form solutions, you might get error-prone black people and non-black people. They do what we call bad intentions framework, right? And it's a non-black people and self-sabotage black people being aware of black people deciding to practice black betterment can trigger a social systematic phenomenon known as bad, and this is benefit, annihilate, delay. We'll break that down a bit. Intentions. The intentions will go in 3 stages. So all you guys to think about, well, listen, whenever you try to be constructive, do you notice that when you say, okay, I want black people to own something or to have a bank or to own their own publishing, whatever it might be, the first stage someone goes, well, can we help another group? Yes, you could do that, but is it okay if this other nation, this other people come in and they can do it with us or they can benefit with us? So that stands for B, benefit. See, in the bad, that's B. If that doesn't work, if you say, no, we just want for the black community, correct, then it goes straight to 2. Annihilate that idea. Get rid of it. No, you can't do it. It's wrong. It's racist. All kind of terms. Annihilate. If you manage to shut it down and go, it's not racist. It's not bad. It's what you have to be doing. Then they go to, okay, the D, delay. They're going to delay. So, okay, well, let's not talk about this. Let me talk to my friend and we'll come back next week to discuss it, whatever. But hold tight on this idea. And these are the 3 bad intentions, the framework that whenever you try to talk publicly or to the community about trying to do collective constructive, you might come across. So now you have a framework to mention. So when it happens, you go, bad intentions, BAD. And you can break it down and you can say, this looks like a benefit. This looks like annihilate. This looks like a delay. So here at the Black Betterment broadcast, we try to do things to make communicating easier with frameworks so people can have more confidence in talking public or to convince their friends because we've done the work. Just like the brother you just talked about the history of the Beatles and stuff, where you want to give histories of when brothers have done remarkable things, but yet they get very little to no rewards for it, or acknowledgement for it, while others seem to be getting so much. Also, before I end, what I'm saying there is one approach we have here, which is sometimes very shocking, is we approach the discussion from actually where we see black people are collectively. So historically, many people always try to motivate people by talking about past strengths and past empires and past greatness, which we think is good. This is good. But one thing I personally do, and many of when I speak to, is we actually talk about where we collectively are, and we haven't recovered from atrocities from the past.
Yeah.
Right? And because we haven't recovered from atrocities of the past, we have to say, okay, what could we do to recover from atrocities? So that way, whenever people go, why is it you keep promoting black love, black economics, and black health? Is because the enemies of black people in historic time were successful in destroying black people. So their goal was, let us conquer and control these people, right? And we're saying that actually they were successful, and actually we haven't recovered from that success. So everything we do now has a mitigating circumstance. So the word is, it's a mitigating paradox. So if any time you want to say that you want to strictly work with black people, what will happen is they'll use what we call is white wealth ideology, right? Where a European in the past time, who after enslaving many people and took many resources back to his own land, he then said after a certain time, yeah, let's not do this anymore. No one should mistreat people or do anything based on race. Nothing based on race. And what's happened is the black people goes, yeah, I agree, thinking that we don't want to be hit anymore. So if you don't judge people by race, then things will be fine. But what is happening is because someone has got ahead by judging people by race, when you now say don't do it, they're still ahead. And also secretly or openly, they're still practicing it, right?
Absolutely.
So what we're saying is, so if we say we want to do things by a race, a nation, a people group, people will say, okay, well, you're practicing racism. We said we're not going to do it anymore. So you say, okay, we have a mitigating paradox, right? Meaning that because black people haven't recovered from what your people have done, and because you will not pay reparations, even if what you're saying is true, we actually have a paradox, a mitigating paradox. That means we can do it because we haven't healed, and we have the right to focus on self. So these are the kind of techniques that we have to talk about in order to help brothers, because usually if you try to help brothers and sisters and talk about focus on self, they might be offended for other groups that you're not going to spend your time helping them. And this comes from years of enslavement and colonization, where we have culturally passed down a concept of looking after others before you look after yourself.
Yeah.
You see?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And that even goes into what I was saying earlier, where because of how we've been treated, and again, we are such a compassionate people, that because of how we've been treated, we don't want anybody else to feel excluded. We don't want anybody else to feel, that they're not cared for, and you only care for this people. But again, we don't have the head start that these other races have. One thing we even like is something as foundational as an identity. We don't have an identity. We cannot play by this quote unquote equal, or we're not going to do anything based on race. Meanwhile, they still do things based on race. Every race does. It's within your nature to be quote unquote racist. I don't know, people want to shy away from that term, but the racist just means you prefer your own race. Every race on the planet of this earth prefers their race more than any other, and they want their race to succeed. The only people that shy so far away from being quote unquote racist is us, because of how racism was used against us.
That's right.
But we don't understand that this is a powerful weapon, and this unity, what they want to call us racists for only caring for black people. They want to call us racist for supporting black business. That racism, which is basically unity. The Bible says how pleasant it is that brothers dwell in unity. That is our power. Salaki. Anything else you want to say on that, Kel?
No, I was about to say the same. What your brother said, that our people want to join everybody else. I've been doing this 10 plus years, and whenever I tell a black man that, listen, man, you're the real Jew according to the Bible, the first thing he says is, well, what about white people? He don't say, what about my uncle and drugs?
Right.
What about all the single parent moms? What about the black woman pushing a shoulder by themselves? What about my uncle who just, is a weed head? Or what about my cousin in jail? What about black on black crime? What about police brutality? He skips all that and says, well, what about white people? And that's Stockholm syndrome, man. Right. And our people's not to blame. That's just years of oppression that we want to include everybody else. You know what I mean? So again, that's where the job gets rough, but we gotta do it.
So I also showing the brothers and sisters famous examples of how you think that something could be innocent, but it has a great knock-on effect, and also looking at consistencies, right? So if we look at we do this a lot here. Obviously, picking the partner is an important process, but if we look at this brother, he produced Michael Jackson's album. This is the brother here, Quincy Jones. What happened is he has had children with 5 women in his life, and this is a man who was grown up in segregation and has fed many racism. He's married 5 white women, and some people say love has no color or it's by chance. But for someone to be born in such a situation, to be so wealthy, to pick to always Europeans, and then he unfortunately passed away a few years back. But obviously, all his wealth has now gone down to his wife and children, and his children, for the most part, have also then continued to marry Europeans, right? Yep. So you're seeing this in real time, how a man has accumulated much wealth that could be used in many constructive ways, but ends up back into the European or the white person's systems and stuff. But if we look at the most famous person he produced, which was Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is a very unique case because Michael Jackson was a person who had, as time was going by, he was getting more lighter for certain reasons. But also, he only ever married twice, and both was to European women. He did. Some say, I don't know his business, but some say he actually maybe adopted children. And those children were not.
I don't believe in kids with his. Sorry.
Right. So what we're saying is this is like now Michael Jackson at the time was probably the most popular real alive person outside of like Mickey Mouse and this kind of stuff. He was the most popular real person alive today when he was alive on the planet, and this seems to be this was a behavior pattern that he did, and obviously we always love and respect him and stuff like that. But what we can see is, in his mind of minds, this was normal. In his mind, he nothing was wrong, or this was a normal ABC kind of thing to do. But when you've been conditioned so consistently and you're in a certain kind of space, this is what left will be right and right will be up and left will be next week and stuff. You can't really process what's happening. But when you look at the legacy and you realize that actually this man is one of the most richest black men within the music business, but his entire wealth and fortune will eventually, if not now, be given to Europeans who have no connection to the community. And once again, his legacy and the ownership of everything does will go back into European hands through these children and record label and stuff. And not likely there's no loyalty for them to keep anything within the black community, so they might sell on. Also, if I go to here based in the UK, I'll just get to the stuff. What we try to show as well, like it's always good to show people certain like visuals, because people are more visually based. So if we look at football, for example, I've got this big document here. Sorry, every time we add to it, it gets big, but we're getting there. There we go. So if we look at the UK, for example, this is the UK. This is America. This is UK. This is the UK politicians, and I haven't updated this in a couple of months, but it's good to see the black. Every time a black politician comes in, they either with a European a white woman or a white man. Yeah, this is the pattern I'm seeing, right? So once again, it's like love has no color and love who you love, but now there's a pattern, right? That the politicians, people who try to govern areas, all. I'm still, and if you guys know any black politician who has a black partner, please let me know. This will be very interesting, right? So we're seeing this is now a pattern, yeah. But once again, if you were to say Palestine and all the Palestinian politicians, if they were allowed to have politicians in Israel, had Israeli wives and stuff, people would be concerned. You're like, oh, this is interesting. What's going on here, right? But in the black community, it seems to not be a concern, right? Let's see what else. This is football players who play for England, soccer football players play for England in the 70s, 80s, right? This is all the ones I could find who end up marrying Europeans or non-black women, right? These are the ones who I found who married black women. So there was 5. So it was 21 versus 5, right? But as we go to the next decade, it gets even more. Now, a lot of these brothers are actually biracial themselves, as in they've got one black parent, one European parent, and they themselves have gone on. So 39 from 2010 to 2020. And now when we look at the ones who have married, I think we have 7 so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these are also directors who make films. All the black directors I could find, they're all 7 that were married to European women, and only 1 was married to black women, right? So this is what we show examples here. Like, this is just taking random black people and put them on, like, the best people they say are good black football players, put them in a team. That might be a good team. But if those people are not working as a team and they're not in position stuff, you're not going to win, right? So we try to give visuals and examples and show how there is a pattern here. There is an issue, and and how you can actually deal with that. Is we're showing, and we're hopefully consistency on there. Let me just keep it. Do you have anything to do you have anything to say?
It's not really
About that kind of.
It's not really shocking. You know what I mean? Other nations, they'll come to England with nothing and build up and build their community and turn, the ghetto into their community. Whereas as black people, we've been taught that when you get money, leave your community. We're taught that, we're just gonna, I'm in the gutter now with my people, but the goal is to get rich and leave. The goal is to get rich and, move next to the white man, move next to the European man. So it's not surprising when a man gets his ideal job, when a man starts to make money and he wants his trophy wife, he wants something looking good on his side, he's gonna get someone who ain't black. Why? Because we've been taught that we're nothing. Think about it. Like, even this thing is like, even from your youth, man, from you're young, everything great has been white. Imagine you come out the womb, you're a little boy, you see Spider-Man, Superman. You're a little girl, you see Barbie. It's not surprising that once you make it in life, what are you gonna go get? You're gonna go get your Superman. You're gonna go get your Barbie man. You're gonna go get the thing that you've been idolizing from you was a child. Then, if you're a black man and you see David Lammy on TV, he's a politician. You're like, yo, well, he's black. I'm black. I could be like him. Well, to be like him, I gotta do what? I gotta get a white woman too, man. Right. These are the hurdles that our people jump every day, man. Sorry, Robert, I'm trying.
If I could, I mean, this pattern recognition, like that, there is a record which has everything you see today has been written down before in a record. It's called the Bible. Well, what you're seeing right now, and the warning that we're trying to explain to brothers and sisters. Brothers have been trying to explain this to brothers and sisters in the Bible. If I could get this scripture, it's in Proverbs 5 and verse 1. It says, my son, attend unto my wisdom and bow thine ear to mine understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. So she'll say all these nice words. Like, if it's a black man, she say, she want the what they say, the BBC. Chocolate. And once you go black, you never go back. And the white man ain't this, he ain't that, and you're just so much better. And she wants to have them good babies with the good hair, and she'll say things. She ain't gonna be loud mouth like a black woman. She gonna be submissive. She'll say all these things that sound nice to the ears, and do all these things that it just rubs you the right way. Same way the white man with the black woman. He ain't gonna do you wrong like that black man. He ain't gonna cheat on you. He might just unalive you, and the children might just, he might just drive the whole family into a tree. He might do that, but he ain't gonna do you bad like the black man, right? If I could just read on, let me read on in verse 4. But her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. And I'm gonna jump to verse 8. Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh to the door of her house, lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel. Lest strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger. And that's what we see. We see with Tiger Woods. We saw that with Michael Jackson. We saw that with that other brother, Quincy, the brother that you said worked on Michael Jackson's record. We've seen that with these football players, Quincy Jones, right? We seeing that even with Lord Woodbine. He wasn't a woman, but he messed around with his enemy, and his wealth end up in a stranger's house. If I could, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just wanted to bring that out. Like what we seeing right here, these patterns is biblical. The things we see in the lives we live is in the Bible.
That's right.
Thank you, family. So what I'm going to say here for those, we're going to tell you some of the strategies we have here, right? So naturally, one of the things is we promote Black people loving Black people and working with Black people on solutions, right?
Yep.
And we call this process Black Betterment. It's a lifestyle of helping Black people. But obviously, in order to get across, it might be sound like a daunting task to those listening and think that that's impossible. We've been too thoroughly conquered to even take something serious. So what I point you to is something known as the fusion of innovation, which is basically when people make products or they come with music genres or styles or movies or whatever it might be. What they try to do is they try to introduce it to a percentage. So 2.5% of people are making those innovative ideas, those songs, dancing, or a mobile phone, or what it is that's innovative, right? And they try to get 22% of the population to adapt it. So they start doing it, and once they start doing it, then 59% start imitating it, right? And before you know it, you have a higher margin. So right now, we see Black Betterment as in the innovation phases. We're coming up with ways and ideas to make Black people fix Black people. But the idea is once we come up with those cool frameworks or the nice way to deliver things, then we find the influencers, the people who have more charisma or more of a marketing reach or can be easily influenced themselves to participate to make what they call the imitators, people who naturally walk around and whatever works really well, they see people doing, they'll do it, right? So what you got to think about is that right now, Black people have, many Black people want to harm ourselves and do damaging things because it feels good. They think it feels good. They think it makes sense, right? Yeah. Because they watch influencers make that concept amazing, right? So the idea is you have to reverse that. So that's why you have music that talks about error-prone behavior, but it's trying to introduce music that has high principle behavior, constructive behavior, ownership, Black love, all this kind of stuff, right? Yeah. And that is like a critical mass. So we're trying to get that 25% of a population in an area, whether it's the UK. So I've also got a chart. I haven't got on this document here, right? But I look at the populations of each city, So let me just see if I can find it, whatever. So of each city of London, innovative, I've got here. So I'll read that to you because I haven't got it. But I was looking at the populations of each city. So what happens is with you brothers and where you're based and stuff, you can work out roughly how many people do you need to get constructive before that number can make a bigger influence. So if I'm right, London has 13.5% of London is identified as Black, right? And in Manchester, where one of the brothers are from, it's 11% of the population is Black, and that means you've got 65,000 Black people in your community. Let's just check that, and that means the innovators of that, you will need to get 1,645 people in that community there to be constructive, the ideas you're doing. If you can get that, then that is the beginning part of actually trying to start the critical mass, right? That many. So in a community that size of 65,000, you want 1,645. That hypothetically, this is how I work in marketing. So I've worked in marketing. I work in marketing. So these are the ideas. This is how marketing people work. They do things with numbers and personas and how. This is why you see ideas spread. And also in marketing, you sell a solution by either inventing or promoting a problem, right? So I think with how we handle it here is actually Black people not recovering from atrocities is the selling point. Yeah. You see? As in, like, just so you know, brothers, I mean, maybe you agree, but we haven't recovered from atrocities. It was caused by this other group, and they're not paying any reparations. So can you see why we need strict rules to recover? Strict rules, right? Mm-hmm. So the strict rules is how you handle your health, how you handle your economics, and how you handle your family, right? And for the time being, right now, it's in-house, right? And that's because you have to forgive me when I go. If you've seen me speak, I always have to preference by saying what I'm going to say might be very shocking, but when it comes to working as a collective, Black people are collectively inadequate, and we say that that's because of something we call the double dilemma. The double dilemma dynamic, right? And that is that Black people are despised and disorganized at the same time. You see?
Yeah.
So when you're despised and disorganized at the same time, you're going to struggle. So you have to find what we call the open door elite. That's a very shocking kind of word, right? So what is the open door elite? The open door elite, right, is the members of the Black community who want to help the Black community. And by wanting to do that, you're already amongst the elite, right? And this word will cause anxiety in Black people because Black people will hear like, why is he in the elite and I'm not in the elite? And you go, brothers and sisters, you can do if you want to, but we know you don't want to. So I mean, you've already given up the right to be amongst the elite, right? And what we're saying is when it comes to being on the TV, being in the public or in the magazines giving opinions, we only want the Black elite, the open door Black elite, to represent Black people collectively. Like if you watch Malcolm X and these kind of brothers back in the day, they'll say that in American that other communities have politicians and social scientists talking for them, while black people have musicians and sport athletes, right? And with the exception of maybe like Muhammad Ali and these brothers like that who were clued up because they were given info from other constructive people, this isn't the best strategy when you're trying to publicly communicate with people to have musicians and sport people represent you. So that's why the question is who should represent Black people, and the answer we give is the open door elite. And who's the open door elite? The Black people who want to help Black people. So if the things you're saying doesn't correlate from Black people, you're disqualified. You disqualified yourself from being in the open door elite. You see? So these kind of frameworks, and this is how we talk to, it sounds semi-shocking and semi-truthful at the same time. And it knocks down some of like the kumbaya and the, all the other stuff that usually comes in when you try to help brothers and sisters. Does that make sense, family?
Yeah, it makes complete sense. That's what we do in the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? We bringing out these truths, and we are what is going to fix the Black community. But as you say, there's a shock factor to it. People see it, our own people see it, and it's strange to them. It's that they're taught to be, as you say, destructive. They're taught that the way to make it in life is to be a drug dealer. The way to make it is to be a criminal, a thief, or a 304, living your best life. And women should be focusing on their career and unalive their own children for their career, and all these things that are destructive to our community. You know what I'm saying? We are what you would classify as the Black elite. But and you mentioned brothers like Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali, and these brothers did excellent things. But one thing that we were missing was the Black God.
That's right. The
Black God, which is found in this Bible. You know what I'm saying? The God that we have been taught by our enemy, that God was white, that Christ is white, that everything good is white. But when you actually read this record, you find a Black God. You find a Black Christ. You find that God chose so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's what we find in this Bible. You know what I'm saying? And this model that we have in here, the model we have is these laws, statutes, and commandments, which if we collectively followed them, we would be the greatest and wisest nation on the face of the earth. There would be no coronavirus. No one would be eating bats. There would be no AIDS and HIV, because we wouldn't have sexual deviancy in our community.
That's right.
There would be no drugs and people high or people selling drugs. There'd be no criminals, because we know to love one another as we would love ourselves. You know what I'm saying? That this right here, what we teach in the ISUPK, is the model.
That's right.
It's the model that will stand the test of time, because one thing that is crucial, we will not allow this sanctuary to be infiltrated. With that, I yield.
Hey, bro. I was gonna say. So just a statement from me. one of the things I try to encourage others to do, as well as myself, is if ever I see Black brothers and sisters doing constructive work, to reach out, time willing, to always offer support and stuff. And that's not different from you guys. Any constructive things you're doing, time willing. If you ever need assistance, even just to talk, communicate, or even network reasons to hook up with other people and stuff like that, it's always good. And it's one of the things we're trying to do is create a network. We're here in the UK and worldwide, but here in the UK particularly, to get all the constructive brothers and sisters to at least know each other, know what we're doing, so we can, have initiatives that are beneficial. One thing we're trying to promote was something called Co-Unity Spend. I don't think that was something where we established Black-owned businesses, and then we mass shop at the businesses, and we take photos and we take Instagram, this kind of stuff for them to promote the concept, the idea of shopping Black and consistently and making it a fun thing. Like the brother said earlier, sometimes you have to spend more, but that should be something you're proud of doing, because by doing that you're creating a scenario where they can actually charge less if you time and stuff like this.
Right.
So I guess my extent to use, if brothers ever need anything, you can always reach out. We can always talk behind the scenes anyway. And have you guys heard of I don't know if it's your kind of thing or not. Have you guys heard of a channel called Titans TV at all?
Yeah, I've spoken to Titans TV. Callum Elliott, yeah, with
Callum, yes.
Yeah, we spoke before. Callum knows us very well. We've spoken before as well.
Right. Yeah, because I think maybe some of the things. Some of the things you say and do, it might correlate a lot with some of the discussions he's trying to set up and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So that might be an interesting thing. So that's just the top of my head. But we're coming to the end of the show really soon, bro. So if there's anything you like to say or anything, you got the floor, man. You can speak here and
like I was saying, so for the Black community at ISUPK, we got food programs. We also got prison program as well. So you can contact the school 079-607-46784. It's hard times now with this whole drought business and cost of living. If your brother out there, you need some help with food, contact the school. Also classes. You can find us at 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. We're on all ISUPK social media. If you want to know where you come from, what your purpose is in life as a Black man, you can watch class, you can interact, you can ask your questions. Every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and all ISUPK social media. ISUPK UK on Facebook, Periscope, Instagram. Ask your questions, get the program, learn who you are, man. When the next feast day now? September, it's Friday after next. Okay, so we got a feast day coming up. September 11, yeah? A feast day coming up. If you're Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, if you're one of our brothers, you're invited. Again, like the Bible is so strict. You can only come to these feast days. You can only be amongst us if you're one of our own. And it might seem rough. It might seem it's a bit harsh, but we have to be that way. Because we saw what happened with Regaland. We saw what happened with dancehall music. We saw what happened with Caribbean food. You know what I mean? When we're nice and let people in, it gets taken away, man. So we love our culture so much. We're strict with it, and we only do it to our own. We only give it to our own. That's how it is, man. Sorry, Rob, anything you want to say?
No, I mean, what we need is, like this brother was saying, the elites. We need brothers and sisters who actually care about Black people.
That's right.
Who actually care about the Black community. Who actually want to see this thing thrive. Want to see a Black nation ruled, governed by ourselves, not our enemy who does not have our best interests at heart. We need brothers and sisters up in these doors. That's what we need. We need about how much you said, brother? It was 16,000 or 1,600.
Yeah. So if you're in Manchester, you need 1,645. Matter of fact, let me help you out. So if you're in Birmingham, you need 3,137. If you're in Nottingham, you need 777. If you're in Coventry, you need 770. If you're in Leicestershire, you need 720. Bristol, you need 825.
Okay.
And if there's any other cities, let me know who brothers live. But the smaller the population of Black, the less you'll need. So London is a much bigger thing because there's a lot of us. So with London, we need 29,000 people, right, to get on board, which is hardest. But this is the innovation kind of open door elite concept, and that's how ideas spread. Just so you know, that's
and
from
imagine if we had this. Imagine if 29,000 brothers in London decided, hey, we need this Black nation, and join and call this number joined the ISUPK, gotten all black, and said, I want to learn my identity. I want to learn how to fix the problems we face. Imagine if 3,000 in Birmingham came knocking on these doors. I want to fix the black community. I could do with 1,300 something in Manchester. I could do with some brothers and sisters.
That's right.
In Manchester that say, I want to fix and repair the black community. I don't want to be on the bottom no more. I don't want to allow this oppressor's tactics to continue to work on me. I don't want that. I want a black nation. I want a black rule. I want a black government. Get up in these doors.
That's right.
Get up in these doors and under commanding General Yohana, which is the leader of this nation, a righteous man, a man of integrity, a man that keeps these law, statutes, and commandments. Like you said, most of our leaders are entertainers, athletes, musicians. We have a leader that is not concerned about, following the next trend. He's not concerned about making sure he says the right thing about Palestine and Israel. We have a man that is a true and honorable leader for black people, for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. If I could, real quick, I'm not sure how long your show goes on, but I did manage to send that video, which I really think is a good one. I wanted to play. I don't know if we have the time. If we don't,
you know what? Keep talking. Keep talking for a bit, and I'll download it because the only way I can play is download it.
No sweat. I appreciate it. Yeah, get up in these doors. In this school, and in this school, we have a 90-day program. We have a 90-day program where it sheds yourself of the things that we do in the world that are self-destructive. Like this brother mentioned, all this destructive behavior, and the whole benefit, the BAD, where we're wanting to benefit everybody else. We need to free our mind from Stockholm syndrome and the mental slavery that we have been under ever since the chains were removed from our wrists and necks and feet. Now, the Bible says he'll put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
That's right.
We were only freed from slavery because he didn't need the chains no more. Just like a pet, just like a dog or some animal you domesticate. Eventually, you don't need the rope no more. You don't need the leash. He does exactly as he's told. We as black people, we need to stop doing as we're told. To start doing what we need to do.
Brother, so the video you posted, I think it's an embedded video on Instagram, so I can't download it the way it's worked.
For real?
So I don't know if you can play it, but if not to worry. I'll try to find some other way, maybe play it next week or something. I don't know. But
we'll work it out.
Yeah, we'll work it out. But any last words, brother, before I do my outros? Any last words you'd like to do at all?
I just thanks for having us. Hopefully we can do some work in the future. I feel like your brother that got black people, has interest like we do as well. Hopefully we can work together. We've got a lot of work to do. Our brothers are out there, needing, hungry, need clothing, the whole nine, and we can work together. I know our beliefs are probably different, but the things that we can agree on, let's make it happen. But for us, our job is to raise up blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, show them that God is black, the Jews are black, that the oppressor is our enemy. And we're gonna keep doing that. But so anything we can agree on, let's do it, man. Us black people, the Bible says what? Gather yourself together, O nation not desired. We are that nation not desired. We're the one everyone hates. We're the ones that even our elderly, the one to deport, man. So we gotta come together. Anything you want to say before we wrap up?
The concept, we are definitely, as you say, interested in building this network. We reach out to brothers and sisters all over to talk about, the things that are plaguing us. We get on radio shows and podcasts. Link up with brothers like Express Truth, Mark Hamilton, brothers like yourself, to really get this knowledge out there. Because as you say, a lot of people don't see it. And what they're seeing every day, they'll see one video of us and scroll by. But the thing they need to see, the thing that will actually heal them, isn't the thing that may be the most entertaining. It ain't women shaking their backside in the club and popping bottles. It ain't that. what we that ain't to say we can't pop no bottles now, but being an Israelite is, you know what I'm saying, the way we get down at these feast days when we do cookouts, you know what I'm saying, don't think that it's some boring life when we just reading the Bible. That's all we do. We have fun up in here, but what's paramount is these law, statutes, and commandments and being people with integrity. Up in here, we don't steal from one another.
That's right.
Up in here, you don't have to worry about nobody chatting behind your back. You don't have to worry about nobody being bad mind. You don't have to worry about nobody looking your gal. You can't leave her alone. You know what I'm saying? We don't worry about those things up in here. But we have rules and a moral code that you don't find anywhere else. With that, I yield.
Thank you, family. So we give, like I said before we go, we always say that if we can help out in any constructive way, and the brother did say that it's very important that when it comes to helping Black people, there's many different understandings, beliefs, and strategies that people have. But one of the things is trying to find out how best to work with other brothers and sisters to find solutions. You see, so that's the challenge. That's what it is, because the condition we're in, we've been conditioned to not see eye to eye. Yeah. So how best can we do that? That's important. So we're going to say thank you to the brothers. We're going to take you off the air now, but you've done good well. Big up to the viewers, and hopefully we'll chat soon and we'll do some constructive things. For those who practice Black Betterment, know that you're important. And for those who don't, know that you're loved by those who are important. And, Black Betterment to all. And we give thanks to the people who've come in and given their great words for us. So thank you very much. Good one, family.
All right. Peace. Shalom, family.
All right, fam. So we're getting the show there, but don't forget to tell a friend to follow this Black Bear broadcast. Also, follow the brothers there, and all the messages they've done there. Hopefully, we'll post some of the stuff in the actual the forum section and stuff. If you could give, also posting your things in the forum section is very helpful. The message section. I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, anyone who's constructive and wants to do constructive Black work, there's always a place for them here. We all have different ways of operating and different beliefs and understandings, but regardless of what it might be, we're trying to find constructive solutions. So there.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
Most High in Christ.
Most High in Christ.
That was too. I've done it well. You know what I mean? The brother Raven from the Black Betterment podcast. You know what I mean? I don't think the brother's much into the Bible or so forth, but the brother got an interest for Black people. I respect that, man. Yep. The brother, but that's what the Bible. What's the Bible called that again? Oh man. Oh, what's it called? The Bible calls it. What's it called, man? Affection. Natural affection, Salakia. Right. The brother, he got what the Bible calls natural affection. Meaning what? He don't believe in the Bible. He don't believe in religion, but he has something called natural affection. It's natural for a Black man to say, hold on, that's a Black man like me. See a Black man marrying a white woman. You know what he don't have? Natural affection. Right. A Black man that sees a Black man on drugs and says, that's not my problem. He don't have natural affection. His brother has what the Bible calls natural affection, meaning he don't believe in religion and politics, whatever, but he just sees that, yo, I want my people to be on top too. Yep. I want to support my people too. That's what that brother got, man. I respect that, man. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, yeah, the brothers like this, we need more brothers like this. Now, of course, we need, like in the ISUPK, you only get so far without the law, statutes, and commandments. But what this brother has and what he's doing is good. It's a real good foundation. But to build this house, we know what we need up in here. To build a house, not only a house, to build a city, to build a nation, to build an empire, like what we're building up here in the ISUPK, to build the kingdom of heaven. We need these law, statutes, commandments. And you know how you're not lying? Because the Panthers, They had food programs.
Right.
They had clothing programs.
Mm-hmm.
What was it missing? God, man.
Right.
And where the Panthers today? On drugs. The Rastaman had the black unity.
Mm-hmm.
The Rastaman, everyone come together and, they'll see. Remember, Rastaman didn't have unity in the Rastaman. Rastaman had unity.
Yeah, unity.
Unity. Where's the Rastaman right now, man? You can find one on the park bench.
He's a high nitty.
He's the high nitty. Oh, yeah. He's a high
nitty.
The nitty like drugs.
So lucky. Yeah.
And why was that? He was missing God, man. This thing can't work unless you have the Most High, man. Give me, if you could, give me Hosea. I think it's Hosea 5:25, is it?
Come on.
Please, if you could. So the brother sent you a message. I'm going to look into it as well.
Oh, no sweat, sir. You said Hosea 5 and what?
25, I believe.
5 and 25. The book of Hosea, chapter 5, and verse 25. 5 don't go up to 25. Hold on.
Oh, once again.
But maybe.
It's Hosea, though, yeah?
Come.
Bear with me a second. It's Hosea 5:15, my bad. 5:15.
No sweat, sir. Hosea 5 and verse 15. I will go and return to my place.
See? The Lord said, listen, I'm going to go. I'm going to return to my place. I'm going to leave black people. I'm going to leave blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. Listen, black man, the Lord used to dwell amongst us, man. His presence was amongst us. You know when the Lord's presence amongst you, everything goes right, man. Everything you put your hand to do happens, man. No one can harm you. No one can bother you, man. And the Lord said, you know what? I'm tired of being around black people, man.
Right.
I'm going to go and return to my place, man. I'm going to leave them, man. Come on.
God under one kind. Till they acknowledge their offense.
There you go. Our problem ain't businesses. Our problem isn't, we need more black people in the House of Parliament. Our problem ain't, we need more black role models. Our problem is God ain't with us, man.
Right.
God has returned to his places, left us. That's our problem, man. Don't get me wrong. It's good to have black businesses. It's good to, black people to be in Parliament. It's good to have, black role models. But our core problem is the Most High, man. We need the Most High on our side. Now, how do we get God on our side? It's pretty simple, man. Pretty simple, Rabbi. If you got a father, how do you get in your father's good books, man? Well, you might want to come home when he tells you to come home.
Right.
You might want to do your chores, man. And God got chores for us. So what's them chores, man? Some of them chores is that you can't celebrate Christmas.
Right.
Some of them chores is you can't celebrate Easter, man. Some of them chores is you can't have sex with white women. Black man, we got to keep them chores, man. We got to keep them chores and get God back on our side. Get God right next to us, man. Because right by now, God's left us. If you don't believe God's left us, all you got to do is look at the statistics, man. Look at how much black women are raising kids by themselves. Look at how much black men are in jail. Look at how much stop and frisk is aimed at our community, man. So black was what? 5 times more likely to be searched than his white counterpart.
Yep.
I don't think God's with us, man. So like I'm saying, just by the stats. So I can go ahead, man.
Kind of one kind.
No, that's it. So I can carry on.
Yeah, I mean, exactly as you said, sir. Exactly as you said. I can't even add nothing else to that. Like what we need, we can't do what it is that we need to do without this Bible. You know what I'm saying? Without there are rulers of the darkness of this world in high places, principalities that will keep us down at every turn. We need a higher power than the devil. We need a higher power than the so-called white man, a higher power than our oppressor. And that power is our King, Yahushai, Hamashiach, from the world called Jesus Christ, and our God, our Most High, Yahweh. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, brother. Had some fire statistics, man. Rob, I did not know some black men, celebrities, lying down with these dogs, man. I did not know, man. But is it surprising? No.
No.
Surprising? No. We've been taught that. Listen, you're making money now. You're somebody now, man. You can't lay down with Keisha.
Right.
You gotta upgrade, man. It's like you get a big check. You can't be driving that, a 20-year-old car, man. You gotta get a new one, man. And likewise, we've been told, you can't live around them niggas, man. You gotta live in a gated community amongst the white people, man. You got plus get yourself a white woman too, man, on your arm. You can't have no black kids running around, man. Get yourself some white kids running around, man. Nice and light and curly hair. That's presentable, man. That's what we've been told. Chris Eubank, Frank Bruno. You know what I mean? These are all the celebrities before us, what they've been doing. So when you become a celebrity now, what are you going to do? The same thing they do, man. You're going to live in the same place they live. Have sex with the same woman they have sex with. Why? Because that's what celebrities do. So that's the goal. That's the goal, Robert. That's the goal in life. To get money so you can go marry a white woman. It's a shame, man. So luck, yeah.
Good night.
It's lucky. Meanwhile, Jet Li gets rich.
Mm.
Jet Li was poor in China and became a martial artist, movie star. And guess who's married to a Chinese woman?
Mm.
Same with the Indian man, same with all other nations, but us. Nah, man. You know what's mad too? Eminem, who all talk about is the best rapper of all time, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Eminem don't have a black woman. So, but you love the you love the culture though, album.
Mm-hmm.
You love the culture.
Mm-hmm.
You make money off it, but you don't share your bed with one of our women. That's a spit in our face, man. I love the culture. I love the rapping, and it makes me millions. Send my kids to college, but I don't love it that much.
Right.
So like, I yield, man.
Yeah, I mean, who's Charlie Slough married to? who's all these people that use our culture?
So we get big in life and marry their woman.
Mm.
They use our culture. They love it.
Mm.
This is me. I ain't putting on. I've said this before. This is an act. I don't act black. This is me, man. I've been around you lot, man. I won't marry you women though.
Mm.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. They marry their own. They ain't that brainwashed like how we're brainwashed.
Mm.
They make money. They use us, but they ain't really into it. We actually love them and actually into their culture. We marry into their culture. They don't marry to us. So lucky.
Yeah, most high in Christ. Most high in Christ.
Leave a woman alone.
The less of that, the better. You know what I'm saying? Black men and women need to understand. Like you have all these people like I see online, Officer Tatum. There's some sellout coon Negroes. I can't stand it. Or that whoever they play that video, that white guy who was just talking trash about black women. Listen, black women are the greatest women on the face of the earth when they're in the right mindset.
That's right.
That's what we need. We don't need nobody talking ish. Talking ish, he might get smacked in his mouth. But what we need to understand, we need to repair ourselves. Come back together. Come back under our God. That's it. That kingdom I said it was going to be built. You know what else we need to build it? We need these other nations. Other nations to build our kingdom like we built theirs.
That's right.
It's gonna happen.
There you go, man. Father for that anyway. Father coming through. We got in the chat.
We got Dolphins last in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got Kyle La up in here.
No sign Christ. Shalom.
Ira. You know what I'm saying?
Christ.
We got Habanya guy in the cut.
No
come on. No sign Christ. All
right, man. So we be at class tomorrow in Leicester.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? The ACC Centre, Maidstone Road, LE20UA. What time? Long about 5 o'clock. 5 till 7. Make sure you reach. Be anywhere in that East Midlands. You know what? If you're anywhere in England, man, find yourself at the ACC African Caribbean Centre, Maidstone Road, LE20UA. 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, man. Come there, get the program, learn who you are, man. If you're black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, learn who you are, man. With that, Rabban, Fuad for coming through as well, man. You know what I mean? Most coming through. You get me? We'll be here again next week like we do. You know what I mean? With that, shalom.